Alright y'all, so today we're going to be fishing some ponds today with a chatterbait. I'm using the Strike King Thunder Cricket. This is a white and chartreuse color. We just had a big rain last night, so the water's a little bit dirtier, but it is overcast, so that means the bass should be out and moving around, and that bright color will help stand out, so hopefully we can get on some big ones. Alright, let's start off right here. I see a lot of good grass edges that the bass could be hiding in, and the wind is blowing right up against them too, so it'll push the bait fish. So I think we have a pretty good chance to get one over here, so let's give it a shot. Chatterbaits are one of my favorite fall time lures as well because it imitates fleeing bait fish almost perfectly. You can use it when it's cold, when it's warmer. Make some casts out towards that fountain. Sometimes bass like to hang out around it. And again, when I'm reeling my chatterbait, I'm keeping my rod tip high and I'm reeling it just enough to get that blade going. And that's typically what I do for ponds because most of them are pretty shallow and you don't want it to go too deep and get snagged. Oh, there's bass. I watched him eat it. That was really cool. Not a big one, but hey, you can't complain. We're starting off the day right. Little dinker on the Thunder Cricket. Hey, I can't complain though, so let's put him back and get some more. Cool. Yeah, and he ate it right on that grass line too, so right as I was thinking, he came out of the grass and swiped at it. All right, let's move down the bank a little bit, see if we can get some more. Okay, let's try this little pocket out. I really like that the wind's blowing up into it. All right, I went ahead and moved down a little bit more. We got a little drainage system back here as well as a waterfall. I really like that there's current, so I think we might get one over here. Man, really surprised there was no fish over there by that spillway. Let's see, I'm gonna keep walking around the pond and see if we can find a spot that looks good. All right, y'all, so we didn't have much luck after that first fish at that first pond we went to, so I drove down the street to fish this little pond. It's a lot less water to cover. Maybe we can pull a couple out of here. All right, y'all, I don't think they want the chatterbait anymore, so I think I'm gonna cut it off and tie on maybe a Bellows gill or some kind of soft plastic and fish it a little bit slower. Okay, so I swapped that thunder cricket out for the Bellows gill. I'm gonna fish it slowly around the fountain and drain right here and see if we can get a bite. Just a casual Lamborghini. There's a bass. Oh, that's a good one. Wow. Whew. Look at that jump. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. On the Bellows gill. Shoo. Look at the way he ate it. Crazy. Look at that chunky fall bass. And he's been eating up too, you can tell. Probably about 3.5 pounder. Shoot, out of this little pond, I'm telling you, bass will be places you'll never suspect them. Like, I'm in the middle of a big city and I'm just casting around a little soft plastic and catching quality fish. Well, shoot, that's awesome. Let's let her go. Awesome. This is only my second time fishing the Bellows gill as well, and I think I'm becoming a believer in it. Again, I'm just casting this Bellows gill out there, letting it fall to the bottom, letting it sit there like an injured bluegill for a little bit, and then giving it some slow raises of the tip, like I would a Texas rig, reeling up my slack line and repeating that process over and over again. You can give it some occasional pops too, but don't do anything too crazy, you might spook them. How do you backlash a DC? I don't know, just something I would do. Why won't the fish eat my Bellows gill? I don't know why, I got a feeling to make a bomb cast towards that drain. It's calling my name. My spidey senses were tingling, my bass senses. Lamborghini number 2. All right, it's been 20 minutes without a bite. On to the next pond. All right, y'all, we made it to the next pond. Again, some more dirty water, so I think I'm just gonna fish this Bellows gill slowly off the bottom. Maybe we can get a couple. I've been to this pond before and I've usually caught a couple on the fountains right here. Yeah, let's see if we can get one. This plum colored Bellows will also work better in the clear, or the dirtier water. If you were fishing clear water, you probably need something more like a green pumpkin color or bait fish color like white. Right now I'm just making some fan casts, trying to cover as much water as possible. I'm not quite sure where the bass might be. It's also important to fan cast too when there's not a whole lot of structure in your ponds. Like this pond has no trees, nothing sticking out. There's one dock over there, but that's on private property, so I can't fish that. And maybe that storm gutter down there might have a couple, but besides that, it's kind of just a mystery. All right, let's try to get into that drain. Ooh, right in there. Come on, there might be a bass in there. Nothing in that one. Let's try this one. That wasn't the greatest cast. Let's try again. Perfect. Skipped it all the way back in there. Dang, surprised there's nothing in there. Let me try this bank down this one. I think the problem with this pond is it's a little too dirty for the Bellows gill that doesn't have a whole lot of vibration to it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap to a crawl, maybe around the same color scheme, and see if that'll make a difference. Let's see what we got in the little tackle bag. Okay, we have one stroker crawl left. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. All right, I got that stroker crawl tied on, so let's cast it out there and give it a try. Oh dang, he's pushing up bait fish right here. Come on. Come on. Come on. What are the chances of that? Dang. But that's what I mean, y'all. When I say they're pushing up bait shallow, that's exactly what I mean. You saw that bass pushing those little minnows up and picking them off just like that. I'm just trying to go after them again. Over here. Maybe we can catch them. We got it. Oh, you dropped it. It felt small. Might have been one of those little ones. I don't think he got the hooks though, so maybe we'll do it again. All right, last cast. I think that's gonna do it. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. We didn't catch any fish at the last pond, sadly, but we caught fish at the other 2 ponds. We caught a really nice fish today out of the smallest pond, surprisingly. But no surprise he ate the Bellows gill. That's actually a really good bait, and I'm coming to like it quite a bit. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it so much. Like, everybody watching, giving me such positive reviews. I'm so grateful. But if y'all haven't already, please click the subscribe button. It means so much to me, so we can keep these going. And we'll see you on the next one.